Brainly, it's the best way to think of it is an online study group, but instead of just a few people in your class, it's over 250 million kids a month that use Brainly.
Brainly is a free app and website where students become the teacher.
So kids can go in if they're struggling in a certain area and type in a question, and then kids their age, their peers, will go on and they'll explain to the kids how to get to the answers. It's not just an answer farm where they can go in, get an answer, and not learn anything, but it's an actual explanation from other kids their age that's moderated by subject experts, and and Brainly also has AI to make sure that the answers are correct and that the process for getting those answers is correct also.
Obviously, Brainly already has been doing this online learning. What kind of advice can you give to students as a lot of them are doing more online than ever before?
The easiest advice, and it's really simple, but a lot of people, a lot of, especially the kids, they don't think of it. So the parents really have to moderate this, is setting up a schedule, not just for knowing when your classes start, but a schedule for going to bed at night in a normal hour, a schedule for getting up. We've heard a lot about kids that are, essentially rolling out of bed and getting right into a class, sleeping as long as they can right until that class is going to start. But for the kids to really operate and to get their brain going, they need to be up for about 45 minutes or so that they're able to, have a breakfast, move around a little bit, let their brain wake up, let them be able to absorb the information they're about to learn. So that's one of the more simple things is making sure that they have that schedule down, but also making sure they have all the tech they need. The kids should have a command center for where they're going to be learning. So a spot where their computer's going to be, they're going to be sitting upright. Their headphones are nearby if they need it, so that they're not distracted by sounds around the house. Any sort of equipment they might need for science class or anything like that should all be in that one learning center. So the kids, when they sit down, they know that they're there just to, it's not there just to kind of goof off or any of that kind of stuff. Brainly did a survey. They asked the kids what they are going to miss most about school, and a lot of the younger kids said they're going to miss gym, which is kind of funny because as you get older, you're not really so into gym, but they miss the social aspect of it. So it's nice that Brainly has that. It is a social site where the kids are able to kind of communicate freely with each other.
What are some other things that that survey showed that kids are missing?
They do miss things like school lunches, which is another kind of surprising one. They're not able to get those school lunches. Really, the things they miss the most are really all centered around the social aspects of school. They miss things like at the beginning of the year, it was missing almost like ritualistic sort of things like school shopping with the parents and going out and getting the clothing that they needed for this school year and getting the supplies. That kind of stuff was a big thing for kids that they weren't able to do this year.
What kind of tips do you have for kids that are at home doing remote learning and maybe are feeling a little isolated because their peers are in school?
This is a tough one, especially for my daughter. She had a rough time because some of her kids were going back to school, luckily my wife and I, we both work from home, so we're able to be around to help them. So they're able to, so the kids were able to stay home, and it just seemed like a great option. But they were not. My daughter was not happy with that. A tip for that again is just kind of keeping them involved in the process of why you're just making those decisions, letting the kids understand that there are reasons why some people are sending their kids to the school that maybe are different from our personal situation.